Well, tell us a little bit about this tour. It's called the Troy Allan Cancer-Free 100 House Concert Tour.
A little bit of a long name.
It was something you felt led to do.
Oh, no, I actually got told this is what I was supposed to do. When I got the tap on the shoulder, this was, I didn't come up with the title. I didn't come up with anything other than I was supposed to do this and go all the way across the country wherever I can go and be telling my story, kind of be the poster boy, if you will, for about self-awareness and being able to go get yourself checked out and how to get checked out for this particular kind of cancer. And the 100 House Concert Cancer-Free Tour was a name that got told to me right there in the car.
It was really good. Really
maybe it was a little bit of optimism, or maybe it was a little, he already knew where I was going to be going. Because since that moment, I literally took myself out of the driver's seat for my life and put myself in the passenger seat. He's been leading me all over the place since. So the cancer-free part of it, some people look at it as, I'm trying to promote being cancer-free. In my mind, it was the determination that I was going to be cancer-free, and now I am. It's just a lot of blessings all in a row. It just all came together. So I'm living proof that attitude is everything, and doing what you're told helps.
So when somebody goes to one of these performances and they hear you sing and they hear you tell your story, what is it that you hope they get out of this experience?
Number one, I want them to take charge of their own health. Don't keep letting the doctor say, oh, we'll see you back in 2 years or whatever, we'll do this test, that test. If you feel something going on, get checked. But more importantly, I didn't have any symptoms at all for this. And I mean absolutely not a single symptom. My stomach didn't hurt. I didn't have abnormalities eating. There's the word. Wasn't losing weight, nothing. And just happened to lose my job. I had 2 weeks on insurance.
We get 9
and
songs.
Decided, I got some free time because I've been working 50, 60 hours a week, plus traveling full time with the band, plus anytime the band wasn't playing at night, I was doing solo gigs at little restaurants and stuff, anywhere about 100 miles away, up to 100 miles away. And still driving home and going to work at, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock the next morning. I was up 20 hours a day, and most of the time still am. But what I hope they get out of it is to take charge of their lives, take charge of their health, and go get an upper GI, most importantly, no matter how they think their health is, because, again, I had no symptoms whatsoever. And come to find out I got the fastest growing, fastest killing cancer there is. And had I not taken any initiative to do that, I literally December 22nd would have been my into my 6 weeks to 6 months. So every day past that is a bonus day for me.
And it's called, I'm sure I'm going to butcher this, but Linitis Plastica?
Pretty close. Linitis Plastica. It's French for plastic lining. And so what they literally equate this to is it's a hardening of the stomach lining. Because of the way this cancer grows, most cancer is kind of like you throw mud or spackle, for drywall. It's kind of like they throw it at the wall, and they go in and they want to kind of clean it off, kind of get in there and make sure it's not in any of the pores. Well, Linitis Plastica is very, very different in the fact that it grows. It's kind of like a vine, and it grows. There's 5 layers to the stomach. I've learned all this anatomy since I've been through all this. I didn't know any of this before, but there's 5 layers to the stomach, and what happens is it literally grows in between all those layers, kind of like splitting all the layers of plywood, like growing in between those. And then once it does that, there's nothing else in the body that has that many layers. So once it grows outside of the stomach wall, then it just rifles through everything, and that's why it's the fastest growing, because it takes a little while to get through the stomach, and then it just kills everything else. And but Linitis Plastica, the word is the hardening of the stomach walls, and it turns basically your stomach lining into like a plastic water bottle. So Linitis Plastica, that's where that comes from. So little French thing.
And so you are the longest living person with Linitis Plastica. Is that true?
Yeah, well, that's what my doctors are telling me. I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe that here I find this thing by accident, and end up finding it earlier than anybody else. And that's the key. Is finding it early. Early detection is absolutely the key, and that's why I say I don't care if you have any issues or not. You know, any symptoms for anything, go get yourself checked out. Just because who knows what you're gonna find.
Right.
But yeah, because of finding it early. They were able to get it before it went outside the stomach. That was the key. I mean, that was the greatest day of my life when they went in and did the laparoscopic look around, and then they did like what they call a washing, and they take all that liquid that they put in and they take it out, and then they look for cancer cells. If they would have found cancer cells outside, they weren't going to operate, and I would definitely be gone by now. But because they didn't find any, they were able to go ahead and do the surgery, take the stomach out, take the ileum out, 29 lymph nodes, and a whole bunch of other little bitty nothing parts that I can't remember the name to. But none of those had cancer cells in them, except for just at the very end of the stomach where they finally did the incisions to cut all that out. So they put me through chemotherapy one more time, just kind of as a precaution. Changed the medicine and put me through it again. So. It's been a long road.
Yeah, it's an amazing, inspiring story. Great that you're doing all this to create the awareness.
Yeah, well, like I say, I just got told to do it, and it was my pleasure to do it because all I wanted to do anyways was be out there playing music. Now I just happen to know what the theme is of why I'm out there playing music. So.
Yeah, it's great because you took a negative and you found some ray of hope in it, and presenting a good message to everyone out there.
Thank you.
Well, there's a song you mentioned earlier, and when you mentioned it right away, "Party at the Bottom of the Pool," I already had all these ideas in my mind about what an album cover would look like for that. Yeah. But tell us about that song and play it for us.
All right. I went to, as parent heads go, they have all these different fundraisers because they're always raising money for, either cancer or cancer awareness or children's hospital or the burn unit, whatever's in their area. Sometimes it's not even in their area. They just pick some place that they want to help, Shriners, and that kind of stuff. And they had a party and raise money to be able to donate to whatever their cause is. Well, the one in Austin is named the Pirates Ball, and it's a full-blown Pirates costume party, and they have music and entertainment, all that kind of stuff for the weekend, and but we party pretty good, and for some reason the hotel decided that they wanted to try to keep us out of the pool. We'd been there last year, and as I understand it, some lawn chairs and some other things ended up at the bottom of the pool that weren't supposed to be there, so this year they decided we're going to drain it to keep all the stuff out of the pool. And I was playing outside, and it was kind of cold. And so when we got to the part of the conga line, they were actually going around this empty pool at this hotel. And whoever was leading decided that they were going to go down in the pool because the wind had kicked up, and it was pretty cool. As I'm saying, cold. The wind was pretty chilly. So what they found out is when we got down to the bottom of the pool, the wind was going across the top of the pool and not coming down inside. So they told me to grab my guitar and all my stuff, and I ended up down at the bottom of the pool too, playing to them in the pool with no water in it. And everybody kept telling me, "You got to write a song about this. You got to write a song." And it was a great idea. I definitely wanted to write one, but I just couldn't find a beat like right then. So it took me quite a while to put a song together for it, but it finally happened, thank goodness. And it was just such a fun song. And then when I put the music to it in the studio, oh my God, the song was just so much fun. It makes you want to jump out of your seat and conga like immediately. So I was able to put that together, and it's truly about the people that were there and everything that happened. Just kind of a chronicalization of what was going on. So it was a lot of fun. I'll try to do it. It's kind of a fast-moving song.
Okay.
Let's see, we got this thing on. Still good with the recording and everything? All right. Here it is, Party at the Bottom of the Pool. there's a party at the bottom of the pool. Well, and Grande cause Nate, they stand in the pool the whole time. Fishing line to a shot glass, in the plastic shot glass they line. Well, he kept his senorita and he'd reel her in, pulled out tequila and they both would grin. There's a party at the bottom of the pool. They found the light and went down the stairs, dancing 2 by 2. Well, they threw in the station's TV player, coolers full of beer and rum just for flavor. There's a party at the bottom of the pool. Well, teachers in the hula, teaching lots of ladies how to hula. Well, they drink, hey, till their bellies got full of. Well, the limbo line was long and round, everything said had an echoing sound. There's a party at the bottom of the pool. Well, the pool is closed, yelling maintenance man. They gave him cerveza, now he understands. There's a party at the bottom of the pool. They found the light and went down the stairs, dancing 2 by 2. Well, they threw in the little station CD player, coolers full of beer and rum just for flavor. There's a party at the bottom of the pool. Well, they all came to Pirates Ball, a party with a purpose. Pirates everywhere, but the witches make me nervous. There's a party at the bottom of the pool. Hey!
All right.
Oh man, that's a fun song.
Thank you so much, Troy.
Anytime.
I have one more question before we part. This broadcast goes out all over the world. What do you want to say to the people who are listening in?
Buy a new CD. No, I'm just kidding. No, truly, early detection for any kind of cancer is absolutely the key. And after you find out, if heaven forbid you have something, attitude is absolutely the thing that will pull you through no matter what. It's not anybody else's support, although that helps. Family is wonderful, great friends are wonderful, but it all starts with you. It has to start with you. People ask me all the time. I mean, all the way through my chemotherapy treatments, I was doing radiology at the same time. I was wearing the pump, anytime that I wasn't in the doctor's office, I was literally wearing the pump, which makes you feel, pretty crappy, to be honest. But I never missed a band gig with Reef, not one. I never missed a solo gig. I may not have been doing very good, but it was the will to keep going and be there. I had some friends come bail me out, to where I didn't have to sing absolutely every single song. But I still did my part. It was still my PA every single show. And people ask me all the time how I did it. And I tell every single one of them, attitude is everything. It has to start with you. Bar none. That's my advice.